welcome back. If you're like me, it is the point in the fall where busy moms, as myself, we are starting to get maybe a little bit burnt out. It's one of the toughest and most stressful months for all working moms with school, activities back in full swing, September, October. Man, it's going by in the flash of and really the blink of an eye. So we've got lunches, we've got sleep issues, sports practice, lessons, dinner, homework, on top of a busy work schedule. So we've got Wendy Kaplan, CEO and founder of Vision Quest Consulting and the founder of Personal Leadership as well. You have a retreat that's coming up that we're going to get to in just a moment here. But I think that a lot of moms listening up right now, as myself, we could use a little help here. So where the heck do we start? Do we start with the leadership thing? I mean, where do we begin to get everything in order?
We have 20 years of experience developing leaders in companies, working with executives in Fortune 500 companies all over the world, and many of them located here, right here in New England. And one of the things we found is that you can take your professional skills, whether you're a woman or a man, and you can bring them into your home to make you less burned out, less stressed, less crazy. Because I don't know about you, but nobody I know is saying, oh gee, I have so much free time, I don't know what to do with myself.
That doesn't help. And you know, it's interesting that you say that though, because sometimes there's such an urge to try and turn it off and not deal with anything that has to do with work at home. But you're saying this is actually going to make life a lot easier. For example, those leadership skills. For
sure. There are 3 tips that I've come here today to talk about.
Come on, give it to us, Wendy.
Here we go. So the first one is delegation. Like when you're at work, here's what we know. What you're trained to do when you're managing a group or managing even your own work is that you should not do everything yourself. It's not possible. First of all, you're not good at it. Secondly, you're supposed to develop other people so they will start to raise their own skills. So if you take that same idea and you bring it into managing in your home, you can delegate to your family, you can delegate to your children. My kids started doing their own laundry when they entered middle school.
Oh, I like this idea.
And so laundry, you can have them help to prepare or plan for dinners, chores around the house. It's good for helping them learn how to develop themselves.
At first, is there a little struggle sometimes with giving up that control? Because for me, like the laundry, the dishes, sometimes I like things done a certain way.
Yeah.
So we have to get over the control thing, don't we?
For sure, and that's the same at work. What we think is, gosh, we can do it better ourselves. And in most cases, we can. If you're developing someone, they don't have the skills yet. Same with your kids. They won't do the laundry the same way you would do it. Who cares?
Well, if it's their laundry, who cares?
Exactly, who cares? So the second tip I have is white space. So there's a new trend in leadership now and in business where companies, I have clients who are doing this now too, are taking their hour-long meetings and reducing them down to 45 minutes. So they have 15 minutes of white space. What do you do with white space? Well, breathing would be a good idea. Writing yourself a note about something that happened in the meeting that you need to remember for later on when you have time to deal with it. Planning, getting ready for the next meeting that you're off to go to. Maybe even having a minute to go to the bathroom, get a cup of tea. So having a little white space at work is really important to be able to let your creativity and your innovation and strategy plan start to work itself. It's the same thing at home. Creating some white space at home so you can relax a little and replenish yourself, where you could take a bubble bath or
you could
Wendy,
you're speaking my
put your
language
kids
right
to
now.
bed and have some quiet time
I'll
with them.
tell you what, so Wendy's workshop is actually taking place on November 7th?
November 8th and 9th.
8th and 9th.
And it's in Newport, Rhode Island, on the ocean. And it's a point for women, particularly professional women, to push the pause button and to have a chance to work on their professional and personal development.
So do people go to visionquestconsulting.com to sign up?
Yes, they do.
All right, and Wendy's also the author of Your Next Bold Move for Women. Thank you so much for being here today.
You're so welcome, Sherry.
Such a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Melissa, over to you.
All right, Sherry, thank you. On the